Shabbat Shalom. We are in this special parashat, Emor, continuation of what we have been already seeing. And Emor means is to say or to speak, you know. And the Creator is telling Moshe Rabbeinu to tell the priests what they need to do. That already tells you that Moshe Rabbeinu was even higher than the priest, no? And he was going to give instruction from the Creator. And these instructions are about the priest and the Hagadol Kohen, about the high priest, and about relationships with whom they're going to marry, what they need to do, how they need to be presented, how they need to be dressed, and certain things like that. It talks about funerals, talks about death, and what needs to be done. Until for example, say to the priest, the high priest, they say, you cannot shave yourself, you cannot cut yourself, you cannot do anything, you cannot show too much in your in the death of a loved one. And the question is, what is the Creator trying to tell the priest, that he cannot show emotions? That if he has lost somebody very dearly, like a wife or a son or a daughter, you know what happened with Aaron, that was not allowed to mourn his sons when they pass away. One of the things about the Torah, one of the things about biblical Judaism, that we need to look as a principle of life. The life is eternal, and there is continuity. You know, there is only a step more in your life. For most of the people who do, even those ones who supposedly they believe in God, death is absolute and is over. You know? For those who really trust in the Creator, and they know and they have a relationship with the Creator, death is only one station more, a step more. It's a phase that we go through. Many times, I have been trying to teach you about the relationship between being born and dying. It's almost very similar. We, as human beings, we have this experience that we cannot remember when we were born. We cannot remember that experience because that experience was very traumatic. You know, listen to it. You were conceived, and you are in the womb of your mother for 9 months. Your mother is taking care of you, is making you grow, you know, and you are in a very, very cozy area. You know, you have all the goodies that your mother can give it to you, and at the same time, you're very comfortable, you know. But the problem is you start growing. You start growing. There's a moment that you get uncomfortable, and your mom is uncomfortable of you. But you are there. You know, suddenly you need to come out to life. And what happened? You know, when you are in the womb of your mother, you are like a fish. Your way of breathing is through liquid. You know, you're like a fish. Then you're coming to an area, to a new environment. And this environment is you're going to breathe like a human being, you know, directly to the air, not through the water, not through any liquid. In order to change that type of breathing alone, you need to stop breathing and to start breathing. Isn't that interesting? And what happens when you stop breathing? You die. And you're born again. It's an experience. And that experience, that passage from breathing to not breathing to breathing again, is very traumatic. It's a very traumatic experience. That's the reason that we cannot remember. No? The most beautiful thing is when you say to, you hear the baby, yeah! Oh, finally. You know, I had my second son when we were born. He was for a long time without breathing. And we were afraid that we were going to lose him. Even that could affect his brain and things like that because lack of oxygen. And finally he was able, a doctor, interestingly, an African doctor, saved my son. You know? And I mention African because it's very important to understand that sometimes people are a little bit biased, you know, and they have wonderful, wonderful professionals. And he saved the life of my son. And to tell you this, what is very interesting is that my father-in-law used to tell me, because he was an anesthesiologist, he said, with the boys, you need to hit them to scream, ah, no? But with the girls, the only thing that you need to tell them is, there is a sale. The girls scream, you know? Well, now I can see that some of you are listening to me. Good. Okay, thank you. Well, and in Judaism, death is not the ending. It's a new beginning. But everything that the Torah teaches is where we are, we need to be involved. We need to be acting. We need to be working. They say, do not cut your body. Don't try to overshow your feelings, and you don't scream and don't throw to yourself to the floor. And, you know, you don't need to make that type of apparatus. Yes, when somebody passes away, especially somebody who's close to you, you have strong feelings and you feel it because there is a separation. But I sometimes make it easier when you understand it in this way. Okay? I like to say that it's only a simple goodbye. It's a symbol, I see you later. Because pretty soon we are going to be together again. Okay. And this is why the Torah is clear about that the priests need to be the example to the rest of the nations. Okay, that is important. The priest needs to be the example. And this is the reason they require more things upon them. Because any time that you are and they're looking at you, you need to give your best. But it doesn't mean that you need to be a hypocrite. And this is the problem that we are facing today. Today, we have been told that we need to fake. Everything's fake. Everything is acting. You know, instead to be yourself. You know, the greatest thing that the Creator has done for you and me is to make us in the way that we are. How many of us, we are complaining that we are not like somebody else? Or how many of us, we say, why I was born here and was not born there? You know? And many of us say, why I was not as lucky as somebody else? And when you start comparing with others, let me tell you, when you start comparing with others, you are going to end in the wrong place. And usually you become bitter, usually you become down, and even sometimes you become depressed. You need to say yes to life. Okay? And in every circumstances, there are reasons why. And the only way that we are going to understand it is with the time. In the moment, it's very difficult to see it. But later on, we're going to see that there was a purpose for everything. Even though sometimes we do not understand it immediately. Then, the Creator here is trying to give it to the Kohanim, to the priesthood, to do the things in a way that they're going to bring glory to His name. and to the people. The other thing, then after that, is going to talk about certain issues. And then in chapter 23, we are going to have the Hamoedim. No? And this is the appointed times. I call it the calendar of the Creator. It's a cycle. And all of us were through cycles. You know, if we do not understand what a cycle is, you know, right now we are getting in, supposedly we are in the pre-temps, what we call it a spring, no? I say supposedly. You know, this is an idea, because we are going to a circle, no? We went from winter to spring, from spring to summer, from summer, autumn, no? And then winter again. And every year we go like this, around, the change. Every year you will be surprised how each one of us, we are changing. And my prayer is always that we are changing for the best, no? And our experiences, our bad experiences, as many of us we think are wrong, I can tell you, if you are wise, or you are smart, or whatever way that you want to do it, if you take that as a tool to learn something, you will be much better the next time. The problem is when we fall in the same hole all the time. Do you know that the donkey, that's considered one of the most dumbest creatures that have been created, a donkey is better than a horse when they are walking in a, and the horse is always looked as a very, very smart, and the donkey as a very dummy, no? And it's just the opposite. Looks can be deceiving. And do you know that it's proven that a donkey, once it knows his path, his way, and there is a hole, and he falls one time in the hole, never more in his life is going to fall in the same hole. Right. He learned immediately. Yeah. Sometimes I would like to be a donkey, because in that way, I wouldn't be putting my foot in the same hole over and over again. No. We sometimes, we do not see ourselves, the qualities that we have. Many of us, we become very negative and very self-destructive. I say to many people, you do not need enemies, because your worst enemy is yourself. Right. You are so destructive that your enemy, they are going to look like your friends. This is the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu needs to tell the priests how they need to do it. And many times we need to talk to other people to help them to get out from the hole that they had fallen. And sometimes you don't realize, but you are doing it. When you talk to somebody, when you listen to somebody, when you give yourself to trying to help others. Now, there is two ways, by the way, male and female ways to solve problems. You want to, men, when somebody has a problem, what does men? Try to immediately solve the problem. That's men. When women has a problem, the last thing that they want is the solution. What they want is an ear, a friendly ear, to be able to unload. And once they unload, you can give a solution, but not before. Where we as men, we are more limited. We don't have the time. We need to give it immediately. But that's how the Creator made us. And then this calendar is very interesting. Has all the things that help us as human beings to remember and to continue. The calendar, basically, is to remind us certain things in our lives. Pesach, it starts with the Shabbat, of course. The Shabbat is the covering of all the Hamoedim, the other say. Pesach is about, you call it freedom, but it's about responsibility. God takes us out of a place in order for us to start a new life. And this new life needs to be a responsible life. Okay, you have been in a very difficult situations in your life, but you are coming out of there. Please, don't go back to slavery. Stay free. And, the idea is about to keep on doing. Then you have the Rishonim Bikurim, the first fruits. And the first fruit is what it's indicating is that finally, that now that I am in a new life, I am producing something good. And I'm going to offer to the Creator. And then, at the end, you have the Shavuot. Beautiful festival. It's the festival of the harvest, when now everything has been finished and we are now plenty. In our traditions, the thing that we talk about Shavuot is the receiving of the Torah. The Torah is the fulfillment of all of us. And it's the fulfillment because the Torah, basically what the Creator gave us is the Ten Commandments. The rest is application for circumstances and moments that are necessary to apply. And every times, life change according to the times. And we need to learn to apply the 10 basic principles that the Creator has given us through the Torah. That is what makes us smart to all of us. It's not about to being religious fanatic, but it's about to learn to apply the principles that the Creator has given us for our life today. This is in the time of spring, like I was talking. Now, in the time of autumn, the time of fall, we have 3 more festivals, all in 1 month, in the 7th month. It's called Tishrei. Now, even the names of our months are not the best one because are Babylonian names. Not that in Judaism we don't have names. We have 1st month, 2nd month, 3rd month, 7th month. And this is why it's so important to understand the 7. The 7 is in Gematria is a very interesting number because it's about fulfillment or completion. We have completed. This is the announcement of this new time. And we have Yom Teruah, the announcement, to give to tell everybody what is going to happen. And 10 days after, we have Yom HaKippurim, that it is the festival of and I call it festival because that's a Chag. This festival, or this time, a special Hamoed appointed time, that is called the expiation time. If we understand the real meaning, instead to make it so theological correct, and we look at what the Creator is giving to us, is teaching us that His presence will be always with us, and He is covering us. He is with His people, covering, protecting His people. And finally, we have Sukkot. And this festival is 7 plus 1. The Shemini is read, the 8th day of this festival. Sometimes people consider as an extra day of Sukkot. But Sukkot is to show us how we are depending on the Creator, and He is the one that really takes care of us. And at the same time, we live in areas that are transitional because all our lives here is transitional. We are going to be permanent. We're going after that. And then we repeat the cycle again and again. What I'm trying to tell you is this. We need to look ahead of us, and we need to see with whom we are, and we need to understand that we are not alone, that we have a wonderful Creator, wonderful God that is with us, that He fulfills all our needs when basically we need it. And sometimes when we think we have been abandoned or we do not have it, His presence, it's because sometimes we are looking too much at ourselves and we are not looking about what He is doing in our life. You know, this is the reason why the beginning is Kohanim. Do not do extreme demonstrations of your feelings for when somebody died in your life, you know. But you know that the Creator is taking care of that. This is not the end. This is a new beginning. And we need to understand that we live here to live. And meanwhile we are alive, we need to live. The Creator says, you have two choices, to choose life or to choose death. I ask you, I tell you, to choose life. Let's choose life. Shabbat Shalom.